What's up, y'all? I'm Quan,
And I may.
and you guys are looking at our brand new YouTube channel, Talk With Us, or better yet, TU.
W.
Yeah,
Yeah. So talk with her.
this is
Yeah.
our first
Yeah,
channel,
it
so
is.
we
It
just
is. So y'all just roll with us, okay?
yeah,
We do a lot of laughs. We laugh. We come from a laughing family, so we kind of have people. So we might giggle or something like that. But guys, we asking you to stick with us and see it. Help us to see it through and to make this channel a
yep.
success.
And this is gonna be a reaction channel, guys. We're gonna react to whatever we want to. It don't matter what it is. If we want to react to it, we're gonna react to it. And right now, we're about to react to this Snow White and this controversy that's going on with this Snow White movie. I haven't seen. Well, we haven't seen it yet.
Seen it.
I was planning on going to see it tomorrow and today, but something came up, so I didn't get a chance to see it. But it's a lot of controversies going on with it.
It sure is.
So
and starting with the actresses.
I know.
It's the
I
actresses.
thought they actually was like friends on this movie, but I guess not.
Actually, no. They said that the only thing they had in common was just acting, but they were not friends. Gail said that she didn't have a problem with her, but no, they were not friends.
Hmm.
So, and you, as we know, that Gail is, she's an Israel lady, and what's her name? Snow White girl. What's her name?
I don't really know her name.
Yes.
Oh, Rachel.
Yes, Rachel. She is Colombian. She's Colombian. And she made a statement or a comment about free to Palestine. And while Gail is saying that, she wants them to free the people that they have captured. Well, this is putting them on opposite sides of the fence. And it's making it harder because they got to work together every day. So they got to put their personal feelings aside.
So with all that said, let's just watch half of this controversy video that we got pulled up here, and then we'll get into it a little more. All right.
Did I frighten you?
I let myself go all the way with the drama and with the character to really celebrate the evil queen.
Co-stars? Sure. Friends? Not even close. E.T. has learned there has definitely been tension between Snow White leading ladies Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, and they're, quote, not close by any means. There were definitely some clues at the scaled-back no reporters allowed premiere. They posed separately, and Disney released just this one smiling pic that did its best to convey a message of no controversy here.
It was love at first sight.
Yeah. This is a major U-turn from when they first got the roles 3 years ago.
It was great because Rachel is amazing.
So what's behind the rift?
People are assuming that Rachel and Gal did not get along because obviously Rachel has promoted Free Palestine. Gal obviously is Israeli and is Jewish and has spoken out on behalf of the hostages. So politically, it seems they're in opposition.
Also sparking online trolls, casting a Latina as Snow White, and Rachel's remarks about the original film.
She called the film outdated. She said that the movie was basically about a prince stalking Snow White.
Another controversy? Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones fame slammed Disney for perpetuating stereotypes.
They're very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White, but it makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave.
It's a human. What did you think I was?
Nothing.
Ghost.
The dwarfs from the original movie were replaced by CGI characters, which Disney calls magical creatures. But here's the thing. Despite all the controversy, the reviews are pretty good, critics calling it a visual feast and pure Disney magic that recaptures the magic of the 1937 movie.
Who is the fairest one of all?
I really hope that it encourages people to go out and see it in a theater.
Wow.
So, as you can see, we don't know exactly what goes on when they're filming. It looks like it's all roses until you hear the stories that starts to come out with the actresses, or the actors, or actors, should I say, because I don't think they even use the word actresses much more. But
They don't?
no, they say, it's just something. But I think personally, I haven't seen the movie, but just from the preview
I still want to see it. I want to see it.
I would like to see it. I'm a fan of Gail, and this is the first time I'm
Wonder
seeing.
Woman.
Yeah, that's Wonder Woman. Exactly, Wonder Woman. She did a phenomenal job in Wonder Woman.
Sure
I think
did.
they got the perfect character for that role. But like I said, now I've seen her act before, but I haven't seen the other young lady.
No, I think she knew. I don't know if she knew.
I think she came from Disney, if I'm not mistaken. I believe.
Well, this is my first time actually
think-
seeing her or hearing about her when this movie right here about to come out. So I don't really know her.
I remember when I
personally.
first saw the preview of this movie, and I was like, Snow White, and they got Gail. I want to see this
I
movie.
know.
You know, and then
I was
before the
waiting for it to
movie,
come out too, and now it's out.
and now that it's out, all this negative stuff, it's like following the movie. You know, you really have to give it a chance first. Now, if you saw the movie and you form your opinion about it, because we can read about what's been going on in the news about it, but we can't let that, I guess, taint our image or of the movie or what it may be like, because then we'll be like, I want to go see it. I heard too much about
I'm not gonna not go see it
like
because people got a problem with the girl being Latino or something like that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And that's one of the controversy is because the Snow White character is not white.
That's crazy.
And you know what? It's funny because there are some people that are kind of siding with they should keep the character the way that they were in the cartoon.
Yeah.
So when they make the live action, they should be that ethnicity or whatever that she is.
Yeah.
And of course, Snow White was white.
Yeah.
But
I can kind of see where they're coming from.
I can see it. I guess I guess I can see it. I don't want to. Because the Little Mermaid, when Ariel came out, there was a lot of controversy about that because Ariel was white, right? So I think that they were kind of expecting some feedback.
Yeah,
I knew
they got it.
They had to have this in the back of their mind.
They did.
What you guys think? I
did.
think that they did because they totally casted a girl that is non-white. Okay, up against a 19. What was that? Was 19. I'll get you that date, but I
don't know who was born
it's
yet.
the first time, like a live action movie, but
when Snow White first came out, the cartoon,
and that was like one of the biggest things. The first thing is what causes people to backlash it is because the girl that's playing Snow White is
a Latino,
and they're saying no, she was not Latina. She needs to be white. And and then I can see where this might make her feel bad,
Yeah.
Because I'm sure she gave, the performance probably, probably is stellar. I mean, it's Snow White. What, she sings a little bit, plays around with some dwarfs, calls some animals in the forest, they love it, W on it. I mean, so I would think that she probably felt really good to get this role.
I'm pretty sure she did.
And Disney, they picked these two actresses.
Disney pick them all.
Yeah, they do.
So they should get mad with the people who are playing the role.
Yeah, do you feel like that?
I do. I feel like that. I don't think people should get mad. If Disney decide to go with whoever they want to go with, and then we just got to live with it. Don't get mad about it. Just accept what Disney people then chose and just move on. If you don't want to see the movie, don't go see it. But if you want to go see the movie, go see it. But don't try to stop everybody else from going to see it because you have a problem with because you have a problem with the leading actress or actor not being
not being
what
that
you want it to be.
That was previously played.
I still want to go see it.
Yeah, I still want to see it too. It actually is a beautiful and colorful movie. It's really beautiful. I mean, come on, it's a Disney movie.
It's a Disney movie, guys.
I mean, really, how much hate can you throw at the Disney movie? It's supposed to make you feel happy and especially
joyful.
Especially the kids.
Exactly. Take your kids to go see it
instead of filling their minds.
But it's the grown people who are complaining about the movie, and that's just crazy.
It is.
And I'm pretty sure if you go take a kid to the movie, they're gonna enjoy the movie because it's gonna have singing in it. You gotta have some magic in it, like
the
beautiful
dwarfs,
stuff.
The little animals in the forest.
Yes.
You know, come on, kids, they melt for this kind of stuff. Well, at least they used to. Kids today,
well, you can't get them off the phone.
That's a whole nother story, though.
They either on the phone or the game
If you
system.
take them to the theater to watch a movie, you probably got to take the phone from them. Or
take the phone away from them.
You know, they're going to be disturbing somebody with the light trying to text, and you ask them what happened in the movie, they wouldn't.
They won't know.
But, but what did you think about, how did you think, let me ask you about the evil witch. How did she look like her to you from the cartoon? Because I remember the cartoon.
I remember the cartoon too. I wouldn't say she looked like her from the cartoon because they had a more of a pale complexion or something.
Okay, so more likely the witch was probably white too.
Yeah,
but I think, they, you know, do you know that the controversy wasn't surrounding Gail though?
Oh,
it was surrounding Snow White
because she's a Latino.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't know.
So, you know, and so from this, they got a lot of backlash, and I
wonder how the movie did though. Did the movie do okay?
You know,
at the box office.
I don't know about how many people checked like Rotten Tomatoes, but they said it wasn't like a farewell kind of
like a Disney movie.
You know, they kind of wanted to say it didn't do it well that they thought it would, because they were projecting it to open up, I think, like 35 million at opening box office. And
well, I hope it does. I mean, it just not came out, so it's still got time to
it'll definitely climb up there.
Hopefully it'll do good,
because you know what, because you know why. First of all, no matter what people say, they'll go and see it just to see if, you know, they like it or not.
Yeah.
So either way, they're gonna make a profit off of it.
Yeah, they will.
And I hardly think that this will be the worst Disney movie of the year.
But you know what's crazy about the whole thing is that these two women were playing in the movie, but they didn't really like each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Remember when I said because they were kind of on opposite sides of the fence?
Yep. That is crazy. And how can you play in a movie with someone you don't like?
But then it's their job.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's their job, and
that's
they're getting paid.
You gotta make that
for
money,
this, right? So they're gonna just because you're this and you're saying this about this, and you know, and our little riff and our personal lives get in the way of our jobs. Mm-hmm. So professionally, I think that they handle it well because you know they kind of kept it. They did things like settle things. They made, you know, like for promotion. Like I think it was one scene where Gail kind of put her hands on
when they hating each other then?
I don't know.
I won't say hate. I say dislike. Were they disliking each other then?
I don't want to say so. I want to think this is the beginning after, you know, before they actually got into script.
Oh, okay.
And they had picked the actors for the role, and I think that they were excited to be working together because this is their first movie together. Yeah. And I think that they were genuinely excited about it. I think that they were happy to be, because you know, she's, I mean, to me, I think she did a phenomenal job as the evil step, because she was tall and thin.
Yeah, she was tall, you know? That right there, she got on point because she was tall, and the wicked evil witch lady was a tall lady and evil. I just want to see how she portrayed a witch. Is she a witch or a sorcerer? She's whatever, same thing.
Witch, sorcerer, something all mixed up in there. She's evil.
She's evil. She's an evil lady.
And Snow White is good.
She's supposed to be the sweetheart.
Yeah, she's supposed to be pure. She's good. She's good. But even from the preview, I thought she was pretty.
Yeah, Snow White. She's a beautiful girl.
I thought
she's a beautiful girl. And the witches
me
too.
Personally, yeah, the witches too. But you know, even before this movie came out, this was probably like 2 years ago, when they said it was gonna make it, and they were like, I can't believe that the witch is more beautiful than Snow White. And they kind of already started. They kind of already started then.
She's a young girl and she's a beautiful girl.
But I know what it is. It's racism.
Yeah,
it's racism.
Yeah.
And when people do not like something or change,
they don't like it.
They don't like it. And I
understand. Don't like it.
But you don't have to. But you don't have to be mean about it.
No.
Because in one I read online where she's kind of like, I guess, Harry, you know, like some people can be like Harry, you know, the backs and stuff. This is the girl that plays Snow White.
Oh,
and
she's Harry.
Yeah, you know, Look, we're all hairy beasts, right, y'all?
Not me.
Some of us got more hair than others, of course. You know, I actually had a friend that was really hairy. But anyways, they was like, oh my goodness, the little beast. And,
my goodness.
Why would you call her that? I mean, why? Just because she played a character that you thought should have been played by another
That's me, y'all.
person?
That is me.
Yeah. And I mean,
You don't have to be that man.
You know, but she was like, she wouldn't let that get her down. She was like, she's body image positive, and she was like, look, we're humans. We all have hair, body hair. And to the extent, we do. Unless you go get it waxed off, you've got hair.
We do.
You know, you're human.
Everywhere.
You're human, and some of us a little bit more hairy than others. You know, but she felt okay. I mean, it's not like she walking around like this Sasquatch.
I mean, and if she had hair on her back, they didn't show it because the dress she had on gonna cover it up.
And no,
you're not gonna see
it's
it.
not like you can just see the whole hair, but it's like if you get close up on her, then you might can see just fine hair in her back. You guys know what I'm talking
crazy.
about. Yeah, that's really stupid to hate somebody because of that.
It really is.
God made us all, right? So
He made us all.
He made us all. So why you hate somebody just because they got a role? You don't know this person.
Nope, not at all.
You don't know this. You didn't even have to work with this person, and you're hating this person. You know, but I think
Latino
that the actresses, though, I think they kept it together well.
They did.
You know,
they did.
You know, as the movie, you know, a lot of films, whether we know it or not, a lot of films, sometimes the actors and the actresses do not
they don't like each other.
They do not like each other.
They don't. They really don't.
At all. I mean, and when the movie
can play it out so good,
they can play it out so good. You'll be like, "Oh my goodness, they're so in love," and they hate each other guts. You know, they cannot stand each other.
No,
but you don't know it because they're doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing their job. So I think that they did their job.
They did,
and
I can't wait to go see the movie. And I want to see the movie.
Oh yeah, and you know, like I said, you know, Snow White got singing in it, right? So they also made some comments about Gail. They were like her singing was totally off.
Wow.
Now, okay, she's not a singer though.
She's not a singer.
She's an actress, right?
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. She can't sing. It's fine.
So what? We can.
She can act.
Yeah,
she's a great actress.
Some of us can carry a little tune. You know, some of us can't. I don't even know if you like that. You know, but she's not. She's an actress, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if she was using her own voice, and it was like, oh, she was like horrible. Don't let me get here. Okay, and the dwarves.
Oh yeah,
the dwarves. They said the dwarves were abominations.
The people.
They said abomination. They said at best they were like the little yard gnomes that had been sprinkled with fairy dust and came alive. They said they did not mimic at all people with dwarfism or real people.
Wow, that is so mean.
And so there was backlash about that too, because they were saying,
that is so mean.
The people with dwarfism,
which
everybody knows they play the Munchkins well. They play, they play dwarf. You know, the little dwarfs good, because you know. But they said that these did not look at all like humans.
Wait a minute, do you mean like the real ones before they turn into the animated ones?
Yeah, I'm talking about the animated ones.
Oh, okay, okay.
They said they look nothing like human beings. They said their heads were too big.
Now I did see one little clip that we were watching just now, the one that was dancing on tape. His head was big.
They said that the hair was like it made up a third of the body, big. And they look disproportionate. So I mean, they said, you know, they said it was, you know, horrible at best. They said they looked like yard gnomes had been sprinkled with fairy dust and they came alive. They looked shiny on the.
Well, they could have did a lot better with those things.
But you know, and another thing, you remember that? Okay, the original cartoon was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Okay, they removed the dwarfs out of this one. It's not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. They took the Seven Dwarfs out, even though they're in there.
White.
Oh. And even though they are,
see, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And they said, and you know, even though they wasn't really focused on the dwarf, but I guess, the people with dwarfism said they did make a comment that they feel like it's kind of taking jobs from them when they make them CGI.
Yeah,
because they saying, you know, that they can play these, and it's I think they can find them. You know, this it's enough of people with dwarfism that they could give a role to.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, these little guys and stuff. I've seen plenty.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty. It was something that even had a reality TV show. You
I
could
remember
reach
that.
out there and grab those sons and stuff. You know, give them a job, but instead they created them in CGI, and they said that they feel like it's kind of taking jobs from the small people. You know, those people with dwarfism.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's face it, it's not a lot of roles.
It's not. It's
for
not.
people with dwarfism, but those people can act still. Doesn't matter if they're short or tall. But you know, but this movie is fitting for real life dwarfs. Now I haven't seen
I thought that they had a problem with being in the movie. That's why they removed them and put them in as animated dwarves.
I don't know what I thought. Well, the way I read about it was, I don't know if it was a controversy with that, but I knew it became one.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that, you know, it's kind of taking the roles away from them, which those people could have been paid.
Yeah, they could have.
But these are animated little characters, which they said did not mimic human people with dwarfism at all.
No, not that big head when dancing on that table. He had
said
a
that
huge
anything
head.
they were like an abomination. All right, could they be any more harsh at saying it?
Well, you know,
I've seen them in a quick glance, you know. But I thought that they were cute from a distance, but they said it did not look like people at all.
No, he had a big old head on that table. You know that Sonic movie, when the people complained about Sonic and they had to go back and do him over?
I agree with that.
People complaining about when they showed the first Sonic, he didn't look like the Sonic.
I agree now. I agree on that.
Yeah,
I saw him
big old teeth in his mouth, so they had to go back and do him right.
Yeah.
So
and when they did go
I
back,
guess
they
just
did
didn't,
fix
you know,
it.
they want to fix the
it.
dwarfs in this movie.
But I guess because it really wasn't about the dwarfs, I guess it was more about Snow White.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
The story about Snow White.
Well, they still could have made them look good. I mean, they could have made them like little dwarfs, you know, little men's for real. And
You know,
not like
CG has come a long
big old
way,
head
but
little creatures.
sometimes CG, when it comes to making,
sometimes they mess up.
Yeah,
they do.
Sometimes, you know, you're not like,
They're
I'm
not
not
perfect
buying
all the
that.
time.
I'm not buying that because it doesn't look too fakey.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a live action film.
Yep.
But, you know, they squeezed in these animated dwarf and animals, of course. You know, I know you can't get live deers and you know, to follow Snow White in the woods and stuff like that. Of course, you know. But and the animals are cute though. Animals are so cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
You know, I do like animated animals because they make them so
adorable.
Cute. They do. It's like you want to reach into the TV and like, can I have you?
I know.
You know, they are cute. Who agrees with me? She's agreeing with me. Come on, y'all. They're cute.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about the prince? It wasn't much controversy around him.
No, because
it's
what
like
I understand is that it's not really about him either.
Yeah.
It's mostly about Snow White and the wicked witch lady.
Wait, didn't she want like youth? She wanted youth.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm. She wanted to be the fairest in the land.
In the cartoon, you know, it was about the prince and Snow White and stuff like that. But in this movie,
to wake her up.
In this movie, it seems like he's probably gonna fade in the background. Not too much about him.
Yeah, because I haven't heard much at all about the prince.
It's almost like he's not even on the movie.
Yeah, so you're looking through the forest and where's the prince?
In an interview, did she say like the prince was like a stalker? That's what made people mad a little bit too.
Yes.
Some of the things she said about Snow White, you know, the cartoon. Said it was outdated and stuff like that. So that's what kind of drew the people away from her a little bit too.
And you know what? It was, you know, it was an old film. It's an old film, and you know,
but
it was time for
a classic.
It is a classic.
You don't mess with a classic. You don't say stuff like that about a classic movie. You know, people get kind of angry about the cartoons now.
They do.
Don't mess with their cartoons.
The first film, the cartoon, was 1937.
Yeah, I wasn't born.
So, you know, that was a long time.
That was
so it was. I could see it was time for
a new one.
A new edition
of
it. And of course,
well, maybe she shouldn't have probably said it.
But you know what though? If I'm not mistaken, did Kristen Stewart also play Snow White in The Huntsman or something like that?
Yeah, she's supposed to be Snow White.
Was it supposed to be
it's
like
supposed to be like Snow White. Yeah.
It was supposed to be like the fairy tale kind of, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
We
all know how that went.
Yeah, I remember that one also.
Yes, don't put her back in no more Snow White movies.
No.
Sorry, Bella.
Kristen.
Bella.
But I hope that the movie does well.
I hope so too.
Especially anything for kids. So anything that could, because kids are not really like kids used to be. And if you can get a movie to kind of just like bring your kid back to being a kid, then I'm all for it.
Me too.
I'm all for it. But without the controversy,
I know.
But I think Rachel did a wonderful job as Snow White, and I think she was a beautiful Snow White.
She was.
I think she was beautiful.
She's a cute girl.
Yeah, and
Gail is a beautiful woman.
She's beautiful.
They both are beautiful.
I think this is the first role that maybe Gail has played opposite of good.
And that's a shame. This is her, not Gail, but the Rachel. This is her first big movie that she already getting
all this backlash,
picked on and backlash and this and that.
You know what?
Give her a chance.
People need to give people a chance before they go talking about them and putting them down.
Yep.
Because she's human. After all, she has feelings, and just like me and you be like, I'm not gonna get online and read none of this stuff somebody talking to me. But then we're human; we want to see what somebody's saying.
Exactly.
So then and I'm pretty sure, like I said earlier, she was really happy and thrilled about doing this. So, and she was like, I hope everybody goes out and sees the movie and stuff, and because I feel like she did a great job as Snow White, and besides not being the white girl, and I'm sorry I have to say it like this, but I want to say pale white.
Yeah, because Snow White, the cartoon Snow White was pale white.
Yeah, she was pale white. And this girl's got a little more fleshy color in her.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but other than that, I don't see where her color has to do with her acting.
No, it don't.
Because if she pulled it off and she nailed Snow White, then why are you bashing her? Because
I know, right?
She didn't make herself,
But I guess we'll get a chance to see for ourselves whenever we decide to go to the movies instead.
Yeah. And you know what though? I always mess up Gail's last name. I used to call her Godot. It's like Gadot. It's like Godot.
Godot.
But is it Godot or is it Gadot? I think it's Godot. No, I used to call her Godot. Yeah, I know that right.
Yeah, if we pronouncing her name wrong, then we're sorry.
Rachel Zegler. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, but we are familiar with Gail because, like I said, we're both fans of Wonder Woman. We're both fans of Wonder Woman, and I'm waiting to see if they're gonna come out with another Wonder Woman because
I don't know because they messed up that part too.
What, Wonder Woman 19?
Yeah, they messed that up.
I started looking at this movie and I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, they should never came out with that.
Gone bad.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Just weird.
She need a redo. She need to
do it. The first Wonder Woman,
loved it.
Great. Even when she was with DC and it was Superman and the other characters all together, fine.
Yes.
I mean, she is the best. I don't really see another Wonder Woman that that can play Wonder Woman.
I don't either.
I just see her.
I don't either. So hopefully she can get a redo on that movie.
I hope so.
I hope so too. But y'all let us, tell us what you guys think about what's going on with this movie. Let us know if y'all already seen the movie and how y'all like the movie and stuff. So
yeah. Leave us feedback and tell us because we're gonna get a chance to see it for ourselves, and then we might even talk about it, in the next video, and to tell you how we, felt about the movie.
Yeah.
But if you've already went out and seen it, and you catch this video, then drop it below in the comments and let us know what you thought about the movie.
Yeah, let us know.
Because we really want to know.
Yeah,
we really want to know.
So with that being said, we're about to end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.
I hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
this is our first video, y'all. So leave us some friendly comments, guys.
Yeah. And we just want you to enjoy. Enjoy it with us on this ride. This is a good ride, y'all. It's a good ride. And
yeah,
we're gonna be, positive about things. We're not gonna we're not gonna, criticize people or put people down or anything. We're not like that. So we want you guys to stick with us, but we definitely want feedback.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to comment.
And before we go, don't forget, y'all, we do have other channels that we got going on. Like I do have a reaction channel, and she have I
have a
YouTube
Christian channel that where I read Bible scriptures, and it's Métis at 78. So if you want to go over there and check it out, I do Bible scriptures for encouragement, because who doesn't need encouragement, right?
Everybody need it. Yeah. Everybody. So till then, I'm Quan.
I'm May.
And we'll chit chat with you guys later. Bye, guys.